Have you ever been in a room that feels familiar but yet totally strange? Have you ever thought that you've seen a doppelganger of some sort? A distorted version of yourself, maybe in the streets or in your mind? If any of this fascinates you, then you might enjoy analog horror. There is a subgenre that exists in horror known as analog horror, a type of genre that uses old TV PSA broadcast and VHS found footage tapes. And two of the most successful examples of these are the Mandela Catalogue and the Backrooms. For those of you who haven't seen the videos yet, the Mandela Catalogue is a series of PSA found footage kind of videos, all based around these fucked versions of doppelgangers called alternates. They create fake stories and fake situations, making you feel like these are real interactions between people and real cases that have happened that the viewer has just kind of stumbled onto or found. Some dark web shit. Very weird. Very fun.
Hello? Hey Josh. I was wondering if you could come over to my house and turn on my cameras. I have to go to McDonald's to use their Wi-Fi to download Diablo Immortal. Who is this? It's your cousin Ezekiel? What? It's 3:30 in the morning. What are you calling me for? I have to go download Diablo Immortal at McDonald's because the Wi-Fi is better. What are you talking? What's happening? What is this?
If I would have found this when I was a kid, I'd shit my fucking pants. And the Backrooms is essentially like, imagine if your mom was a nurse and she works at an empty doctor's office. And imagine that doctor's office had 1,000 rooms per level and there was no escape. And every corner you took, there was 1,000 more rooms until you got lost in this endless maze under these yellow fluorescent bulbs that just hurt your eyes to look at. And it's like this weird corporate feeling. And every time I watch the Backrooms, it makes me feel like I'm at a hospital at 4 a.m. and there's nobody there. Why are these so fascinating? Why are these so compelling? Well, how about we take a look?
Slide 1. Look and sound.
The biggest draw to these videos, in my opinion, subjective alert. A big case of this is the look and sound. Such as analog horror usually uses outdated forms of media, VHS tapes, security cameras, old fuzzy shit that distorts any kind of imperfections that might be in the video, but also it would affect the audio. You would get different kinds of audio. It would distort the entire media as a whole.
Hello? Hey, I was wondering, did you turn on the cameras yet? You live 45 minutes away. You just called. I know, I was just seeing if you had gotten there yet. It just doesn't make sense. The timeline just doesn't make sense.
Both the Backrooms and the Mandela Catalogue both utilize these aesthetics. The Mandela Catalogue is usually very stiff and straight, focusing on one shot, kind of fixating on a hallway, the eerie nature of looking at something or being in somebody's house while no one's there, and being a part of like almost a family home video.
He's still your child too,
I swear to God, Lynn, if this is just an imaginary friend or something, I'm gonna lose it.
The Backrooms also uses found footage to almost feel as if the viewer has stumbled upon test footage from government lab research that you're not supposed to be seeing, like some Area 51 shit. And you feel like you're one of them. It feels like you are holding the camera and you're walking through this endless purgatory or endless maze. And it just is so spooky, even though they're also so differently lit. One is usually completely black, dark as hell. The other one could not be more blown out. Fluorescent lights all around you, acidy. It feels like an in-between. Very much, purgatory. Feels like Backrooms is purgatory. That's what that is. What the hell is that thing? What? Oh, no! Both of these utilize audio in a very similar way. Blown out, hyper compressed audio that's crunchy and distorted and makes you think like it's being tampered with through ghost, perhaps? Who knows? I don't know. It taps into an unnerved part into your brain, which makes you think, this isn't supposed to be like this.
Hello? Hey, Ezekiel, it's Josh. I just want to let you know I just got done turning on the cameras, so it should be good. Well, I'm at McDonald's playing Diablo Immortal. I got like a group up here playing if you want to come play. There's a group of people playing Diablo Immortal at McDonald's? Yeah, it's just a cool little group. It's just a bunch of Diablo heads that I'm friends with online, but you should come out. It's fun. Okay, I'll be there in 15 minutes.
A successful way of using something as found footage is keeping us in that layer of reality. The first Blair Witch is all about shitty VHS stuff from college students that don't have all the best equipment. It's crunchy audio sometimes. It's not the best cinematography. It's all something that feels real, that feels like something that you found or is leaked online, something you shouldn't be seeing. That's the best part. Versus if you look at, like, what is it, the 2016 Blair Witch Project? It's a fucking dumpster fire because they're using 4K footage and drones and shit like that. It's terrible. It's like, it completely takes you out of the realm of, like, this is something that was found versus this is something that was produced, which is a very key element. You don't want people feeling like this is a produced product. You want this as if this is something somebody made out of necessity in an act of desperation.
Slide 2. The setting.
When it comes to analog horror, there has to be a little bit of two things. A sense of community and a sense of world building. I mean, the Mandela Catalogue uses fake PSA services that feel so unbelievably real. They're so simple, and it feels like something that is actually made for someone to take seriously. And to be able to keep it as ambiguous enough to let people's imaginations run wild and think that, like, what else is out there? What kind of alternates? Do I have an alternate? I don't know. I need to know. The Backrooms does the exact same thing, building this world, this endless maze, this giant voyage with dips and dives, this weird fucking, like, triangle monster that runs around the hallways. There's no clear answers, but yet it keeps giving you constant information without directly telling you how to escape, how to survive, what is the actual threat. You get to experience a threat through these videos and these presentations without ever really knowing what is attacking you. You might see glimpses of things or examples of things that have attacked people or, you know, been weird subject cases, but nothing is ever fully explained. It's all unknown. It's all ambiguous. These two videos or these two stories wouldn't be nearly as effective if we knew exactly who the monsters were, if we knew exactly what the threat was, because it doesn't keep it open-ended, it doesn't keep it ambiguous. It doesn't allow the viewer to run wild with their imaginations, which also leads me into how these stories have been so powerful is because it has such a strong community behind them. By having an ambiguous kind of concept allows all sorts of creative people to come together and make all sorts of crazy weird shit. Similar to when H.P. Lovecraft made his Necronomicon. All of his other probably racist buddies came together and made all different kinds of monsters for it as well and kind of created the entire Cthulhu universe that we get to see today. There's something really fucking cool about a community of people that have gone from blog posts to straight up YouTube uploads that has manifested over time. And talking about where these things came from more, it's cool to think that the Backrooms started on 4chan with just a series of pictures that this fucking 15-year-old savant, Kane Pixels, has used to turn into, like, one of the most biblically epic horror universes, whereas the Mandela Catalogue took influence from other YouTube uploaders who were doing something very similar, such as Local 58 TV, basically public access TV, news broadcast stuff that has a very similar feel to what the Mandela Catalogues are doing. Not only Local 58 TV, but also the Mandela Catalogue is inspired by the Walton Files, which is inspired by Five Nights at Freddy's. It's just a little goddamn family tree that keeps on giving, people.
Slide 3. Isolation.
Preying on people's anxiousness and fears of being left alone is a cruel thing to do in most cases, but in this case, for analog horror, it's something that's extremely effective and some would say even fun. All of this footage makes you feel like you are being left alone. Personally, I love being left alone, but if it was in these spooky houses, I would say, no way, Jose. In the Mandela Catalogue, a lot of these PSAs and videotapes feel like they're going out to no one besides you, the viewer. It feels like sometimes these messages are catered to someone else until the footage itself begins to warp and distort and personally affect you as a person, putting you in random spots in a house or in a field, being completely isolated while doing so. You know, even with like Local 58, driving down a road by yourself, driving alone by yourself, going from place to place by yourself creates this disturbing atmosphere that, I mean, watching it alone, it fucks me up. I mean, I get fucked up watching it by myself.
Rerouting. Make a U-turn. Your destination is behind you. Rerouting. In 500 feet. Your destination will be on in 300 feet. Your destination in 250 feet. Rerouting. Your destination will be in 50 feet.
And same goes with the Backrooms, except in this scenario, you are being left alone to wander aimlessly through this corridor of hell. There's no clear way out. Also, the allure of having something be so randomized and so unsettling makes you want to push forward in some weird way. You kind of want to explore this new video, or you want to see what happens as you keep watching, only to have horrible things happen along the way. So I just wanted to say hats off to Alex Kister, the creator of the Mandela Catalogue, and Kane Pixels, the creator of the Backrooms, for making a piece of content that I think is just so good. I'm so inspired. I'm so ready to start creating stuff again. And I can't wait to watch what you're cooking up next. So please check out their channels. I'm sure you've already seen it. It's fucking massive, but please check them out. They're awesome. Links in the description. We're also going to leave a link to Wendigoon's Kickstarter page. If you don't know who Wendigoon is, he does amazing breakdowns of videos such as this, or even like iceberg explanations of far darker, weirder topics online or movies. That's really fun, and he's a great content creator on YouTube. But he's making an SCP movie that is being independently made right now with Evan Muir and Stephen Hancock, and it looks like an amazing project. Evan Muir and Stephen Hancock have already made like some amazing short films. We'll link some below as well. But please check out the Kickstarter page. I'm definitely checking out the Kickstarter. It looks awesome, and I think that if you are an advocate for cool online horror and independent horror filmmaking, please check out the Kickstarter because it's awesome. And be a part of this little community. It's fucking great. Until the next time, guys, I appreciate you. Check out all that stuff. Stay spooked. Shit your pants and send me pictures of it online. Goodbye. Also, I just want to say, people on YouTube have done horrible things with found footage kind of strategies, like J-Station, the worst fucking YouTuber of all time. The 3 a.m. challenges. Remember that cringy bullshit that probably still happens today of people contacting like dead celebrities or the clown shit that was going on? It's bullshit! And you shouldn't attribute that to this awesome stuff. Just wanted to say.